for a dirty, cluttered environment. Yes, to avoid heartbreak at repair time, initially judge service centers like other professionals by reputation, responsiveness, and self-respect. I'm Bobby Likas. Likas, you'll love it.
GSX Lynn Haven WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
The morning star shine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey!
Hot tub!
I'm full of water. I stay hot tub. Hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Stay hot tub. Rubber dub in the hot tub. Rubber dub with me. Shake in the hot tub.
Yeah!
Really make me sweat.
Yeah!
Shake in the hot tub.
Yeah!
Really make me wet.
Yeah! Well, and welcome, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of the Atlanta Braves, the home of Dr. Chad Mitchell, the legend, the home of Patrick, Turpo Pest Control, and yes, the home of Wildcat. Let me give you an update of what's going on in Wildcat. He had surgery. They got all the cancer out of his liver. That was what we were told. He sent me a picture, doing well, up and walking around. Chad, looked like they cut him half in two. Seriously, doesn't it not? That's one of the biggest incisions I've ever. Is that a Chad Mitchell incision, or is that?
No, that's a skin incision. They didn't cut him half in two.
but is that not a big scar?
It is, but hey, they had to get to it.
Yeah, they did a great job. So keep him in your prayers. Everything is sounding really good right now. Also, we're asking for this. GoFundMe, John Smitty, S-M-I-D-D-Y, John Smitty, that's his real name. We're talking about Wildcat now. Liver cancer, they got it all out. If you give any amount, we certainly appreciate it. They're going to have to stay over there to at least around the 13th or 14th. So if you can help out in any way, we certainly appreciate that. It would definitely help us. I got to ask you both, did y'all guys have a good 4th of July? Dr. Chad Mitchell, did you have a good one?
Yeah.
What was your 4th of July? What are you most proud of? I'm really proud of the country this year. It seems like it's the best it's been in years. That people pumped up about the United States of America.
Oh, I saw people dressed up. I was at the beach the day before.
Saw you. You look good.
And, of course, I was wearing my red, white, and blue, but there were...
That Speedo looked good on him. He looked good. He looked really good.
It wasn't a Speedo. But anyway, there were some other people dressed up. They probably were wearing Speedos. Now, the other people were dressed up in, in their patriotic gear.
Everybody pumped up.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, What are you most proud of this year?
This year?
Or any way you want to answer, you're right.
Well, I guess I'm caught off guard in the moment, but most proud of, I don't know, my granddaughters.
Yeah.
I guess that they have a future in this country.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, because there for a while I was worried about that.
Really concerned about the direction the country was going, and feel like it's going in a better direction.
Yeah.
Here, of course, there's a lot of challenges out in the world.
I'm proud of the. Patrick, I'll get to you. Let's take this phone call. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm proud to be an American, too, where if I lost everything, I could start all over with just my pool cue and my knife.
You know what? You can be raised up in the jungles of Georgia, South Carolina, out in the woods, out in the sticks. Your mother leave you, your dad beat you, and you can still become the most famous man on earth. One of them, anyway. The legendary James Brown. I heard that was your story. I heard that was like what happened to you, Mike.
Sorry.
You and y'all were friends back up there.
I was getting nostalgic for the good old days up there, somewhere between Cab Holler and the Hog Waller of South Nashville. But anyway, I wanted to make everybody feel a little better considering the stuff that's gone on in Texas, because I have been involved in training to do that kind of rescue but never had to do it. It's very difficult. So I don't really want to talk about it, because here's another thing that happens in Texas. When the water rises like that, the rattlesnakes know to go up high and go into the caves.
Yeah.
And the cottonmouths and copperheads go into the cottonwood trees, which if anybody's still alive, that's where they're hanging on.
Absolutely.
But enough of that sadness. I want to talk to you about beating Joey Chestnut this weekend. Now, have you ever played Jeopardy at home and beaten, like, I don't know, somebody's good?
No.
Hello?
No. You're losing this. No.
No, okay. Well, I mean, listen, you're a business major. Act like it, okay? I want you to explain the M1 to me and not the rifle later. But anyway, so I beat Chestnut, and I did. I know drinking jokes have gone out of vogue, but he ate hot dogs. I downed 72. Can I say Miller High Life tall boys?
No, I hope you didn't. Did you really?
Yeah, well, it took 3.5 days. I went into extra.
Oh, okay. All right. That's okay. That's okay.
That's a lot for 3.5 days.
And I had a former Florida sex education teacher who doesn't drink at all, has been buying them for me because it's just easier.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
we won't go there. I want to reminisce about the greatest athlete I ever saw on the Volusia County sands. I called her Pasty Patty, the paddleball player. I'll just
all
let
right.
your. Yeah, by the way, here comes JR's former football uniform mender right now. I got to go. I'll get whipped. Bye.
Bye, Mike. Thanks you for the call. Patrick, did you have a good 4th of July?
It was an awesome 4th of July. We got to do, I think the coolest thing for me was getting to celebrate, and most of it with my kids.
Yeah.
We did the 4th of July parade over in Lynn Haven.
I saw that, yeah.
My daughter with the...
We avoided that.
It was cool because the Mosley cheerleaders with my daughter and all them were right in front of us in the parade route. So we got to watch the whole thing as they go. My son's in the back throwing candy out and talking to people and seeing his friends and a couple of his buddies all... Chad, they wore ties.
Did they really?
Yes.
In the heat?
In the heat, in the back of the truck.
Gosh.
And then, after that, coming back, sitting at the house, and then getting to see the
Go
fireworks
Dolphins,
shows.
baby.
Hey,
Were you at a cheerleading camp? Did I see Mosley at Auburn, Alabama, somewhere at a cheerleading camp?
They went to Alabama.
Roll Tide, baby. Roll Tide.
I didn't get to go. My wife went up there. That's the first one I've missed that she's been to.
Yeah, I've been to that cheerleading camp up there. It's really impressive. They still were in the indoor practice facility. Yeah. Randy, did you have a good 4th of July? Tell me what it's yours.
God, did I have a good 4th of July. Man, I'm telling you.
Listen to that voice. I love his voice. You got a pretty voice.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've never heard referred to as that. But, no, it was good. It was a great 4th of July. It was nice just relaxing and having the weekend off.
You were by yourself there for a while, weren't you?
Well, I was by myself with the exception of my daughter was with me all weekend. She's 16 and she's got her wheels and so this weekend, she basically was my chauffeur. So
good.
Yeah, it worked out really, really good. So I figured, the more experience she got behind the wheel, the better off she would be. So
absolutely.
Yeah, but she's an excellent driver and did a great job. So
well, good. I'm glad all y'all had a good, happy 4th of July.
Well, I want to get it all out of the way because we're only several weeks now away from college football.
I can't wait till August.
Stuff,
just August when everything gets cranked up. High school football is going to start up before August.
Yep.
Every year it seems like they pump it up quicker. Earlier, which I don't like. I wish high school football would start at the first week in September like it used to back in the day. Remember back in the day?
Oh, yeah. No,
you're off June,
totally
July, and August. Yeah, and you didn't have all these breaks during the school year. I wish they'd get back to that kind of stuff. Hey, I wanted to ask you, Patrick, what are you kind of proud of this year compared to other years of the 4th of July? I know I'm throwing y'all a curveball by not giving you any kind of prep before. But I love embarrassing Chad, so I wanted to do that.
He loves doing that.
Yes.
Well, what I was more proud of this year was the young people, the kids, high school and younger, watching them as we went through the parade and around town, how patriotic they were. Mm-hmm. They were dressed up in their red, white, and blue. They were doing stuff, and this is kind of cliche-esque. We all know the songs that you hear during parades or during the 4th of July and stuff, but as I'm going through the parade and I'm listening to the music, I'm watching the kids sing it.
Yeah, right.
They knew the songs.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things is I saw it's the Armed Forces Melody where they play all the themes of the armed forces.
Yeah.
And there were actually little kids, and I'm not talking like 4 and 5 year olds, I'm talking middle school to high school kids standing there and salute.
Yeah, I love it. To me, it was my brother was in the military, fought in Vietnam. He was a pilot. My dad for 33 years in the military. My brother-in-law was on Air Force One. He was on Air Force One. It was secret military, whatever it was. He was on Air Force One. We used to get stuff, stationery, cups, pens off Air Force One. When Nixon was in office, he was on the plane with Nixon. But anyway, I was just really proud of our military, the military personnel. This year, every year is kind of different for me, but this year, everything that happened over in Iran, the pilots, what they did, that 30-something hours nonstop.
Oh, yeah.
And just seeing all the people, the American people seem to be pumped up about the country like it hadn't been at least 4 or 5 years, so God bless them. And everything's heading in the right direction. Everybody's pumped up, ready to go. Everybody's ready to they're ready to advertise, man. And we got college football getting ready to get cranked up, high school football getting ready to get cranked up. You better get this quick when we come visit you, or you want to call in or whatever. Sign up quick. Our show is signing up stuff quickly, and we only have so many commercials we can put in a 2-hour period. Now, we get you into other shows and stuff like that, but ours, we got to sell it, and it's going really well.
Hey, just a note on that. I had 3 calls Wednesday and Thursday from people who say, hey, I listened to you on the show.
Good. I mean,
and that was the reason they called. Mm-hmm. So, if you want to advertise with ESPN Radio, hey, it works.
No doubt. Jason Kovaleski says the people that walk in Pier Park and on 23rd Street, they say, we listen to you all the time. He knows. He's been with us for 10 years. He knows it works. So anyway, how much time we got? I got about 2 minutes, 3, 4. Okay. I don't want to get into this because I need a little bit on time. I do want to say this, though, about some sad things, and Michael brought it up. That situation in Texas, we ask you to keep them in your prayers. The number's gone up, I think, to 68. Have you heard the latest number and people were killed?
Yeah.
Did you realize that within an hour, it went up 26 feet within an hour over there? Was it outside Austin? I think it was outside Austin.
I don't know exactly where it was. It's up the Guadalupe River is what it was
Could you
on.
imagine,
I
something
cannot imagine
that
a
quick?
wall of water like that coming in.
You send your kids out, your granddaughters, your daughters to a Christian camp.
That's been there for years.
It's never
got
had a
great
problem.
reputation, right? Yeah.
And then for something like this to happen, sometimes you question it, but we still pray they might find some people still alive.
They found that one woman.
Yeah.
That had washed 20 miles downstream.
20 or 26, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Up in a tree. And like Michael said, too, that all the snakes, I listened a little bit this morning. There's rattlesnakes, like he said, all the snakes now went to higher ground. They got to be careful around people walking, doing research. I mean, not research, but rescues and things like that. But keep them in your prayers. That was just devastating. I feel so bad for those people, so please keep them in prayers.
It's kind of got some similarities to the whole thing in Asheville and all. I mean, very similar concept.
Yeah.
Water dumps in one area quickly, and
what do they say? Turn around, don't drown. Turn around, don't drown.
Don't drive into
through
it. Yeah.
Now I know guys got these supercharged trucks that go to different places in the country that do this. They want to drive through those creeks and water and everything like that. One of them's a doctor out in town here.
You don't drive through swift water.
Slow water is okay, so you can go through slow water, not swift water.
Yeah, not swift water. It needs to be shallow, and if you don't know, don't go.
Yeah. Are you doing one of your trips this year? One of your driving like a maniac trips?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Why, you want to go? You want me to drop you off in the woods?
No, because I asked you. I wanted to go last year. You wouldn't let me go. Hey, and one other thing, too. Ryan Mobley's doing really well. GoFundMe, Ryan's Fight. You can look that up. You can help him up also. Keep them in your prayers. Beth's going through a lot with her with her mother and everything.
Where's John?
Anyway, if you can help out Beth and Ryan, that'd be awesome. Chad, you mentioned this. I want to start out 4th of July. We went to J. Michael's restaurant on the 4th of July. Got back late, went in there, and I said, usually we can get in there, go late, right before the closing. They're going to keep it up later because the fireworks will be right there, be packed out. We get there, and there's a good crowd in there, but not like I expected. And then I said, Jay Michael, I said, can we sit outside, keep it open? We eat and everything. He goes, He goes, yeah, he kind of late. And I said, well, we're going to see the fireworks. He goes, they do those on Thursday. The one over, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I said, doggone it, that's right. I forgot about that. So everybody's at Pier Park, everybody's at all these different locations. So anyway, we had a great time. We sat there and talked to him, had a wonderful time. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. The best seafood, the coldest beer. Go check it out. Love the legendary J. Michael's. Also, if you're over in Lynn Haven, Beef Braised in Lynn Haven, Pat Perno, City Commissioner over there, does an incredible job. His restaurant is unbelievable. It's a customer service, the way they treat you. Go see Pat. And when you're down that way, go see David Adamson's Jewelry. Russ and Amber do an incredible job right down there. They always got deals going on there. And we'll be right back. You listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate
Shop
rain.
on Braves fans. Since 2017, your home for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast. ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and mostly sunshine, and a high of 86 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour out of the southwest. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 80. Tomorrow, a variety of mostly sunshine and possible thunderstorms and a high around 87. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red royals, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, and great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
He's the sexiest man on the planet.
Live and local from the J. Michael Studio, the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We hope all of you had a wonderful, wonderful 4th of July. Getting closer and closer to August 30th, 2:30 kickoff. ABC, Alabama, FSU. Cannot wait. Ohio State, Texas. So many great games. Week 1. Week 0 also. High school football is cranking up a lot quicker. Mosley football. We got it all right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. And Patrick, let me ask you about you. How's business going? I mean, if you want your yard beautiful, you got bugs getting in your house, you can do it all. What's the best way to get up with you?
Call us on our local number, 850-890-5820. Look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC. You can message us on there.
Have you seen my yard lately? Have you seen it? How beautiful
I see it about once a week.
Is it not beautiful right now?
Oh,
it's like a golf course.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, it
talk about false. You know how, I don't know if we need to do that or not, but yeah, some people tell you certain things and it's not correct. Like we thought we had a fungus in our yard, and you came out and said, there's no fungus. You're not getting any water in the yard.
Well, and that happens a lot. We'll get somebody where you've got somebody cutting the grass or doing something else, and they tell somebody, hey, you've got this problem. And then they call us, and we get out there, and I'm like, no, that's not the problem. It's something different.
Yeah.
And what I tell people is call the professional who does that. And that's at any line of work. Well, with what we do, we have to be licensed through the state. You cannot put out herbicides, pesticides, insecticides, or even fertilizer without the license. And then us being local, there's a lot of national companies around, but us being local and living here most of our lives, I lived here just about all my life. My guys have lived here most of their lives. We know what's happening and what's coming as we're doing stuff. And I talk with customers all the time where they've been doing it themselves. And I call it, and Chad's going to love this, I call it self-medicating.
Chad does love that.
Well, hey,
I do not.
I'll say this, as far as medical goes, I'm one of the worst to self-medicate. I don't want to go to a doctor. But I call it that because they see something, they react to it, and then try and fix it.
Yeah.
Well, we're the opposite. Most of the time before it ever happens, we've already put the preventative to stop it because we know it's coming. Currently, right now, sod webworms are almost here. I'm watching the path. They're over towards Navarre and the edge of Mariester right now. They're coming. They're going to be here by the end of the month. If you're not getting your preventatives out right now, when they get here, you're behind the 8 ball.
Absolutely.
I mean, and there's stuff like that we know that's going to happen. And I'm not saying we're the only ones that know that, but there's a lot of stuff that we'll do. Some of the other companies won't do. We have our own fertilizer practices. We know when to put out certain stuff because we have a history of what the weather does.
Yeah.
And
you know what you're doing.
I mean, I kind of laugh about this every year, but I have people, and I say, I can almost promise you next year right now that Valentine's Day, it's going to be close to 70 degrees. The next week, it's going to be in the low 60s or upper 50s. It's done that. I'm 51. I've seen it for 45 years.
Yeah.
And it's almost consistent. And I laugh because I tell people all the time, if you want to see what today was 10 years ago, look on your Facebook page. You have a picture it's going to show you, and you're going to be shocked at how close those pictures are or your weather is, almost on a daily basis.
You said something, too, really stuck out. Locals, there's a certain business that at the beginning of the summer started out well. I enjoy going there, but not like I used to. I'm not going to name the name of it. They took over. They got rid of all the local vendors, got rid of all the local people that dealt with it for all these years. The business, I was shocked how many people were there yesterday. It has really completely changed. They went national. They use these national companies. They think they're saving a buck. And the quality of the things there are not near what it was. And their business is hurting right now. You want to go with local people that know what they're doing. There's no doubt about that. And Chad, we just asked Patrick, so I'm going to turn to you. This is where you're 26 years on Bay County's sidelines taking care of these athletes, which is incredible. No, I don't know of anywhere in the Southeast a doctor has done this. You can't get them to do anything anymore, and you've done it for 26 years. But what's the best? You don't have to be a great athlete. You can be somebody that looks like Randy and get in there. What do you got to do to get seen by the legendary Chad Mitchell?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
One of the first ones trained in robotic surgery. The guy is incredible. I've had a female that I grew up with, Cheryl Otter. She grew up in Montgomery, Alabama, elementary school. She calls out of the blue. She goes, I've broke a bone. I need surgery. I know you've been talking about this Chad Mitchell. Can you call him and set it up? I called Chad, and bless his heart, they got connected. You operate on her, and she just brags on you all the time. How about this robotic surgery? How did you get even into that?
Well, it's a good tool for knee replacements, that kind of thing. There's some other robotic systems that are going to be coming online in the future, for sports medicine, that kind of thing. And it's good to kind of see it now.
Don't they recover quicker?
Things. Yeah, I feel like the motion's better. The accuracy of the cuts are better. It's more fine tuning is the way I would say it compared to what we were doing before. But I'm definitely seeing people get their motion back faster in it from a knee replacement.
Yeah.
And that's very, very important because it used to take people a long time to get their motion back. Now they've got it back within the first week.
We see all these soccer teams. We got the national champ on the high school soccer boys team. We got these girl teams running around, incredible. We got high school football, basketball, baseball. I don't know about you. I remember, to me, it seemed like you had more knee injuries from soccer than even football. Was I crazy thinking that way?
Usually it's ankle injuries with soccer. Football, basketball is where you really see the knee injuries. Now, girls soccer.
Yeah.
There are some knee injuries. And, there's a difference between women and men anatomically, obviously, and, hormonally, that kind of thing.
We don't talk politics here.
So that isn't politics. But anyway, so because of that, they tend to have certain injuries and men tend to have others, that kind of thing. It's so there are a lot more ACLs among women than compared to men. Yeah. And so, along that line, if you're thinking that way, yeah. But the most common injury in soccer is usually an ankle.
All right, let me ask you this. 26 years in Bay County athletics, what do you see the most when it comes to football injury? Is it the knee, ankle, shoulders, head injuries, broken bone? What's the number one thing you see more than any other injury when it comes to football, high school football? 26 years.
There are a lot of ankle injuries, a lot of ankle sprains. And so if you're counting those, that I get some players keep playing with those, you tape them up. But I think we see more of those than anything. Then, you'll see some breaks. Then, you'll see the ACLs, and everybody wants to think about the ACL, but they don't happen as often as you think. But they do happen.
Why do they happen?
Most of them happen non-contact.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
A lot of people think it had something to do with contact. That's not what we're seeing. I think just the amount of training and, now these athletes have so much muscle and just those forces of, running full speed, making a pivot, planning and making a pivot. There's a lot of forces on that ACL when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Are you seeing a difference now in injuries now that we've gone from the college aspect of targeting where they're teaching to tackle different?
I think we're seeing a few less concussions. That's the better way to say it.
And that was their goal.
And that is their goal, to decrease the level of concussions. And I will tell you, thinking back on that, when I played high school football, my senior year, I bent 4 face masks, and they're like the ones today.
Yeah.
And because we were taught to hit head first,
Right.
go, hit them head up, and I just think of the times that I was dizzy, had a headache. Wonder how many of those concussions I had, that were mild concussions.
You didn't even know.
And, and we had no idea back then, right? We didn't know. Now we have this information and, dizzy with a headache, that's a mild concussion. Yeah.
Tell you what, you probably had a lot. I went back and watched some of his highlights. It's like Dick Buckus out there. I've never seen anybody hit like Chad Mitchell could hit. He would knock you out. You were a demon.
I wish I could get some of my teammates.
Your lateral movement was outstanding, too, by the way. You were impressive.
I wish we had some of my teammates in here because, and this is not bragging.
Yeah, but
they would be saying exactly what you just said.
He's mild and he's nice here. You get him on the field, he's a different animal. He is an
Back
animal.
then I was. I'm not the same now.
But, going back to those ACLs, some of the best trained players that I've seen do that were some of the hardest working. They train so hard in the weight room. And you would never think they would be the ones to go down and not even getting hit.
Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22, isn't it?
Can you overtrain?
Well, there is such a thing as overtraining where you end up with injuries and problems and that kind of thing for sure. But you want to train to try to prevent it, right?
Right.
Because the muscles, especially like hamstrings, protect the ACL. They really do. But some of it's also this, and I'm getting into big words here, proprioception, knowing where that joint is in space.
I was thinking the same word.
Anyway, we won't go there because he's just going to keep scrambling it. But anyway, so training helps prevent injuries. And you can have injuries, though, even though you're fully trained.
Yeah, and a great thing about Chad, once you go with him, they get you back on the field quicker. If you got a kid that's trying to get a scholarship and they get injured, that can devastate that, where they can't even play the rest of the year. And I tell you what, he's done a better job than anybody I've ever known, getting the kids back on the field as quickly as possible. And you send them to, rehab and things like that. You guys kind of work together in all that.
Yeah. I mean, you have to work together to...
Again, what's the best way to get up with you? It's enough about you.
Orthopedic Associates. Call Orthopedic Associates 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
We just charge another 10% too, by the way. All right, that's always some of our great people. And, we're talking about coaches. Steve's, that's a great coach. You're talking about Mosley High School swim coach is incredible. But I tell you another thing, he's incredible. Any kind of business, we're talking local people, all right? It doesn't get better than this. This guy has been serving Bay County since 1979. If you can stay open that long, you're doing something right. Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street, right across from Sam's. And Chad, you've talked about this. If you got a knee injury, get on those bikes, ride out, get yourself in shape. People with heart conditions, ride those bikes out. If you got one of Steve's electrical bikes, you can go as far as you want. When you get tired, you don't think I can do any more, these things save you.
Yeah.
Turn the electricity on, scoot on back, and you're ready to go.
That's right.
I mean, that's really sold a lot of these bikes.
It helps people get out and be outdoors more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm definitely a fan of them.
A lot of people don't think they can do it with a regular one, so
right.
get that electrical bike.
You can turn it off and get your exercise, and then if you get winded, turn it on. Turn the electric on.
They got all-wheel. My buddy up in Georgia, he's got one, all-wheel drive, and they go hunting. They take them hunting. It's incredible. Electrical bikes, they sell them. They work on them.
For about, I don't know, a month or so.
We got it coming. I got what colors you want?
Purple would be great.
Purple is coming for you.
Right.
They got the old-fashioned bikes. They work on them. They do it, use cells. They're incredible. Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street. We got to get him back in here and find out what's going on in the summer. All the swim team. It never ends for these athletes, no doubt about that. El Rodeo, Tequila Bar and Grill, right across the street from the Navy base. The best happy hour anywhere in the Panhandle of Florida. Buy one, get one free. Yeah, I said it. Buy one, get one free. House draft beer, house wine, margaritas. Yes, margaritas. Great place to have a birthday party. Big, huge facility. Every Thursday night karaoke. Go see David. He's got a brand new one, too, on Front Beach Road, 10908 Front Beach Road. Please park in the back. Both of them doing extremely well. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. We're right back. Chad Mitchell. What's going on with FSU? Chad's going to let us know. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is designed specifically for sports fanatics like you. The sports content you demand is always on. Live stream our national and local sports talk anywhere you go. Reach us on all social media. You can also be a part of the show. Call and text into our studios. Plus, up-to-the-minute weather and traffic maps. The new app from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is available at the Apple Store and Google Play.
Hewitt Tire and Auto. Call 850-769-7323. Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com. On Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
Get ready to discover new adventures this summer and hit the road in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Our SUV family is built for all-in adventures and endless possibilities. Stop by Bill Bird Kia today and test drive a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. You'll find the perfect balance with comfort, safety, and technology. Now offering 1.9% APR up to 60 months on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento during the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. Bill Bird Kia is the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. See us today at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Enjoy the view this summer because the road is yours in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento with $1,748 per 1,000 finance in 60 months. Qualities limited. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is the Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 7725.
This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Monster, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio.
Bum, 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 bum. Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU Update is brought to you by Newbies. Get out, Newbies, have a great time. Miss Charlotte's going to have the best entertainment at the mothership every weekend for all your pleasure. I tell you what, they do a great job. Number 2 on the curve, go watch all sport events. Head on down to the mothership, tell them Coach sent you. Florida State, Florida. All right, I gotta recognize a legend in Montgomery, Alabama. This young man's named Avi Belcher. You talking about a football player? He was an all-star football player in the Pop Warner League. Goes to Floyd, was all city. Goes to Lanier, he's all state. Unbelievable football player, unbelievable person. Has a private, he owns a insurance company, Belcher's Insurance, and I need to get him to advertise. We got a lot of people listening from Montgomery every day. So, Mr. Belcher, we'd like to talk to you about that and get you signed up. Avi Belcher, the legendary from Montgomery, Alabama. He's watching today, and I love that man.
Hey, are we going to do a satellite show up there?
Yeah, absolutely.
We can go up there and eat some Milos and some other good cooking up there.
Get shot. We'll have a good time.
You'll know what that is, but there's a lot of people that don't.
Milos, I stopped in one before up in downtown Birmingham. Pretty good. Mark Cow was the first person to ever take me to a Milos in Birmingham.
One of the originals.
They're pretty good. All right, Chad Mitchell, FSU update brought to you by Newbies. Love John, love Charlotte. What do you got for us today?
So FSU's moving up the recruiting rankings here. They're number 11 now by most ranking systems. They land this 5-star Chauncey Kennan. And Kennan ranks as the number 27 prospect nationally and the number 2 corner for the 2026 class. So Florida State's 2026 class currently holds the number 11 spot, and this is FSU's first 5-star since the 2023 class.
Wow.
So,
I did not know that.
And this is early in the game. I mean, there's still some that haven't chosen schools, obviously, and some of them that may decommit, recommit. There's a lot of that's going on, and I'm sure it all has to do with the money.
It does.
So the other thing I thought we'd do is we'd finish out, what I was doing previously with the season or the nostalgic seasons, going to the 2013 Florida State Seminole season and just kind of relive what they did on the field. So for 2013, they started off the season ranked number 11. And they play at Pittsburgh, winning 41-13. Then September 14th, they're ranked number 10. They play at home versus Nevada, and they win that one 62-7. Then September 21st, they play Bethune-Cookman, who's was number 19. They're number 8, and they win 54-6. And September 28th, they play at Boston College. They were ranked number 8, FSU was. They win 48-34. Then they're still ranked number 8 when they go to when they play Maryland at home, October 5th. Maryland ranked number 25 in the country. FSU beats them 63-0.
Wow.
Then October 19th, number 3 Clemson, and they're playing at Clemson. FSU's ranked number 5. They win that game. It's a good Clemson team, 51-14.
I remember that game.
Yeah,
I remember
and
that.
then October 26th, at home with NC State. FSU's ranked number 3 at this point. They win 49-17. Then they're still ranked number 3 when they play number 7 Miami at home November 2nd, and they win that one 41-14. Then at Wake Forest, still ranked number 3, win 59-3. And then at home, Syracuse, at this point, they're ranked number 2, and they win 59-3. Then Idaho at home, they win 80-14. Still ranked number 2. They go to Florida, win 37-7. And then on the December 7th, the ACC championship game, they play number 20 Duke, and they win 45-7. And then ranked number 1, they play number 2 Auburn, and win that game 34-31 in the Rose Bowl.
That was a great game.
I was actually there for that game.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah, so great season for FSU.
Didn't he hit the tight end little dump pass down the goal line?
No, Calvin Benjamin.
Wow.
Coming across the middle.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about that is Calvin Benjamin outjumped Chris Davis, who was the hero in the Alabama-Auburn game.
Right, yeah.
On the kick six.
Who had the kickoff return? Was it Auburn or Florida State? Florida State had the okay.
Yeah, that got them back in the game.
Yeah. Auburn played really well.
Auburn played really well.
And they went in prevent defense at the end and prevented them from winning. Yeah. Remember that?
Hey,
Remember that?
A lot of times that's the case, isn't it?
Yeah.
It seems like a team, you're holding them, and then you go into prevent defense and you can't even stop them.
Yeah, that was a heck of a football game, though. I enjoyed that.
It was a very good football game.
I got to give
great venue.
Jimbo credit. That's one I thought he did a good job calling plays. They had a couple, I think, like a trick play or something they did in that game. I can't remember what it was now, but something that stood out. So that was a hell of a call.
They did a fake punt too.
Yeah, it's something. I remember something they did. I said that was pretty cool.
Now that game was fun for me to watch because I was going to win either way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He bleeds tiger blood and Seminole blood, I guess. What did you think about that? I thought Auburn had him, man.
I thought Auburn had him, especially, and I'm blanking on the running back's name.
Dyer.
Yeah. He had 300 yards in that game, something like that.
There was three plays changed that whole game. One was on Auburn's first possession. Nick Marshall missed the tight end that was running by himself down the middle of the field.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. That was a touchdown. They don't score that possession.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the half, they missed a field goal.
Yeah.
Which would have made it, instead of 21-7, those two make it 31-7. It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the game, one of the most interesting things, when they hit the 60-yard pass that sets up the touchdown, I was watching on the SEC network a documentary of that game, and they're talking to the defensive coordinator, I forget his name, and he said the two Auburn defensive backs lined up 2 yards outside each of where they were supposed to line up at. And the receiver for Florida State that catches that splits them. He goes, if they line up where they're supposed to,
that play doesn't
happen.
Yeah.
Well, it happens, but it's an 8 to 10 yard game. It's not a 60.
It's not a 60. Yeah, he doesn't have that
changed
space.
The whole out. Yeah.
I want you to think a minute. This little area, Tuscaloosa, Auburn, and Tallahassee, little triangle right there. 5 straight years national champs came from that little area. I think Bama won 2 in a row, then Auburn won it, then Alabama won it, then FSU won it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that little triangle, 5 national championships, that little bitty small places.
Yeah.
I mean, Auburn's not very big, Tallahassee's not that big, and Tuscaloosa's not that big, but they're big in football. That was crazy. I remember back in that time, I was thinking, man, just think the great football being played right around here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
You know what? I wish we had that song "Memories." You brought back good memories. Now, that's also the year that the crab legs were pretty good, the cafeteria was pretty good, Dr. Pepper,
and some other things.
Public shopping. Yeah,
we'll leave that alone.
The NIL money was good. It's just
nobody knew about it.
Yeah, and who was
grocery store?
Who was calling plays in that game for Auburn?
Gus Malzahn.
Gus Malzahn. Who's calling plays?
He was actually the head coach.
Yeah, who's going to be calling plays this year at FSU? Gus Malzahn. He's back.
Yeah, he's
different
he's
little uniform.
Force. And having him just focus on...
I feel good about FSU.
Have him just focus on the offense.
Yeah.
It's going to be ugly.
Speaking of memories and reminiscing a little bit, remember back in the day when Auburn had that big logo up and it had like 4 fingers and it said "Fear the Thumb"? Do you remember that?
No, we try not to think about that.
You sure that wasn't Louisville or something?
No.
Tommy Tuberville. Tommy Tuberville. Yeah. He got it.
Who his offensive coordinator was then? Oh God.
Who was Tommy's offensive coordinator? Oh yeah.
He had Petrino for a couple years, and then Petrino went to Arkansas.
And Auburn sent a plane for him.
He had.
They wanted him
that was
bad.
later.
Yeah.
Fear the Thumb.
But then he won. Remember, Tommy won.
He won 6 in a row, didn't he?
Yeah, he won 6 in a row. I was at. I think I was at every one of them.
Coach is going to laugh at this. So I'm watching an interview with Tommy Tuberville about a week and a half ago, where he's running for governor of Alabama, and they said, "Well, you were the head coach at Auburn. This is the Birmingham TV station. He goes, you were the coach at Auburn. How do you combat being the coach at Auburn for that? He goes, you beat Alabama 6 times. And he goes, I'm the reason they got Nick Saban.
Vote him in. Hey, you want to look better, feel better, we can make it happen. I'll tell you what, there's no doubt. You're having problems sleeping, got high cholesterol, back pain, joint pain. We can fix it naturally. Yeah, naturally. Go see Jason Kovaleski at one of his 2 stores. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, 23rd Street, Pier Park. Listen to Jason tomorrow. He'll be here tomorrow with us, does an incredible job. But I tell you what, I was having problems sleeping. He got me, I'll let him tell us the name of it yesterday. You take that stuff, you sleep like a baby. It's incredible. It's all natural. It's all good. They got your joint boost. They got everything down there. If you're a high school athlete, you want to get an edge. You got a son or daughter that plays sports, you want to get an edge, go visit with him, spend some time with it. He'll definitely help you out. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, number 1. Eric, I haven't even mentioned him today. How can I do this? It is so hot. It's so humid. It's been miserable. But not at our house, not in our studio, not at Chad Mitchell's. But you know why? Because we went with the best. We went with the local guy. We went with Jason Stevenson Air Conditioning. They are incredible. Locally owned. They serve Bay County and the whole surrounding area, and they do an incredible job. Anytime, day or night, they're there for you. Give them a call. They'll come down. They'll solve all issues. Get it serviced now. If you ain't had it serviced, get it serviced now. Your power bill is going to go down. It's going to run better. Your house is going to be cool. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number 1. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk and Live play-by-play have to end. Just say, hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida. From Michigan Avenue to the man cave, from the car to the kitchen, we've got you covered. Keep the game going. Hey, Alexa, open ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and mostly sunshine, and a high of 86 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour out of the southwest. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 80. Tomorrow, a variety of mostly sunshine and possible thunderstorms and a high around 87. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, where the locals go for the best boiled seafood around. Crawfish, shrimp, red royals, and everything crabs. Watch almost every sporting event in the country on their huge outdoor jumbotron. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on weekly events, live music, and food and beer specials. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, your home away from home for sports, good times, and great food. The best boiled seafood. Lone Star Boil House and Sports Bar, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
He doesn't try on clothes at the department stores. He just rips stuff off the hanger and lives with the consequences for years.
It's classy, it's intriguing.
He's sexy, sassy, and full of spunk.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! Don't forget, every Wednesday, Dr. Ward, right here, 7:30 on ESPN Northwest Florida. Then at 8:30, we got all you need to know about the Florida Gators, the great Mark McLeod. Matter of fact, he'll be, next week, he'll be up in Atlanta for the SEC Network, SEC Media Days. I got heard some negative things about that. We'll get into that later. But everything you need to know about Florida Gators right now is going to come from Dr. Chad Mitchell. Doc, what do you got for us today on the mighty Florida Gators?
Well, I thought we'd do something a little different. I saw this article when I was, doing some research on what to talk about for Florida today. And I came across this article, and it's from Gators Online, for those of you that, want to know where it came from. And it's the greatest Gators ever by number. But instead of doing quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, the numbers are number 46 through 50. So we're going to talk about the big boys. All right. So the first one up is number 46, Jarvis Herring, who is I guess he's a defensive back. They're doing it by numbers, yeah. And so most of them are the big boys. Anyway, number 46, Jarvis Herring, defensive back, 2001 to 2005. One of the things that he did was he recovered a fumble when Florida was playing fifth-ranked Auburn in 1986 in the miracle 18-17 win. And Gators went on to score after that. And so that's why he's recognized. But he's number 46, Jarvis Herring. He was also a captain on Urban Meyer's first Florida team. Then moving on to number 47, you got Bruce Vaughn, 1980 to 1983. He was a solid defensive back on Gator defenses. Then moving on to number 48, you got Dexter Daniels, a linebacker, 1992 to 1995. Then number 49, Jermaine Cunningham, a defensive end, 2006 to 2009. And then number 50, this is a name that many will recognize, Brad Culpepper, defensive tackle, 1988 to 1991.
Stud.
Yeah.
Stud.
And that's the Florida Gators by jersey number 46 through 50 that are considered in this article to be the greatest players to have that number on a Florida team.
They're pretty close on that.
Pretty good. I mean, there's some other, they list some other people in the article for those that want to look it up.
Like honorable mention, something like that.
Yeah, that were also in the running that wore the same number, but they made distinctions with these other players like a big play, those kind of things. Anyway, I thought it was a great article, but I thought it was worth mentioning.
Yeah, and you got to wait until they get the rest of them out. Like number 7, Danny Werfel, you would surely hope. And number 15, Tim Tebow. It has to be those two, right?
Yeah, I mean, those are big time names, yeah. So then I thought we would go to, just like we were doing with Florida State, is do a little nostalgia and go back to the third Florida national championship, and this would have been the 2008 Florida Gators under Urban Meyer. Let me pull it up here.
That was a great football team.
Well, for some reason, my computer's having a little error here. Hold on, here it is right here.
There you go.
So they started off the season. Now, again, this is 2008 Florida Gators. They started off ranked number 5, and they play Hawaii at home. Hawaii in the swamp. Yeah. They win 56-10. Then they play Miami at home. They're still ranked number 5. They win 26-3. Then they go to Tennessee. They're ranked number 4 at this point, and in Neyland Stadium, they whipped the Volunteers 30-6. Then on September 27th, they're ranked number 4, and they're playing Ole Miss at home. And what was the score?
They got beat.
They did get beat.
31-30.
31-30. But dang. Look at
Any other question you want to know? You may tell you about heart surgery, brain surgery, anything else?
I like it. That was awesome. He cheated. He looked at the screen.
No, I did.
Then October 4th, they're at Arkansas. They're ranked number 12th at this point, and they win 38-7. Then LSU at home, who's number 3, they're number 11. They beat LSU 51-21.
Wow.
Then they're ranked number 5. They play Kentucky at home. They win 63-54. to 5. Then still ranked number 5, they play number 8 Georgia at home, or actually at home in Jacksonville, as we all know, winning 49-10. Then at Vanderbilt, winning 42-14. Then ranked number 3, playing number 24 South Carolina. They win 56-6. Then they play the Citadel, such a powerhouse there, right? Winning 70-19. And then when they play number 23 Florida State in Tallahassee, they are ranked number 2. And they beat FSU 45-15.
Then the big one.
Then the Georgia Dome.
Number 1 versus number 2.
The SEC championship. It's number 2 Florida playing number 1 Alabama, and they win 31-20. And
that was a great game.
They're ranked number 1 when they play number 2 Oklahoma at Dolphin Stadium in Miami Gardens, and they win that game 24-14. And Florida under Urban Meyer is national champions.
Who gave a big
2008.
Speech? Who gave a big speech
Tim
after
Tebow.
the Ole Miss game?
It's Tim Tebow.
You'll never see anybody play harder, work harder than Chad Mitchell.
Yeah, it's memorable.
Yeah, that was incredible. The SEC championship game was a great game for about 3 quarters, and then Florida just flexed its muscles and took care of business with Alabama. And that Oklahoma game, do you remember the hit? The receiver, Florida, almost
early in the game.
Yeah, almost killed the receiver on the sidelines.
That would be targeting today.
Yeah, that would have. He'd been sitting down. And back then, everybody went nuts. The greatest thing ever happened.
That was the greatest
now
thing
they'd
in the
sit
world.
him out. He wouldn't be playing.
No, he wouldn't play for the next game either.
It was back when there was a. And then what happened to the Gators the next year? It was the same matchup, Bama and Florida.
Tim Tebow cried.
Yeah. You were at that? Weren't you at that game?
I was not. I was watching it on television.
Okay.
And Tim Tebow cried.
Who's, to me, Timbo, he's got to be rated one of the best
Greg
quarterbacks
McElroy, wasn't it?
all time.
Wasn't Greg McElroy the quarterback for Alabama?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Tiptoe down the sideline to get the first down.
He also hit the tight end on a crossing pattern. It was a nice throw for a touchdown.
Yep.
Mark Ingram wins the Heisman.
Heisman, yeah.
And Bama beats him.
Yeah.
But Urban had 2 great, unbelievable football teams there. Look what Spurrier did. Just think if Spurrier would have stayed at Florida and never went to the NFL.
Yeah.
All the championships Florida would have had. I'm talking national, SEC. The guy was incredible. Should have stayed at Florida.
And he probably should have stayed at Florida.
Yeah. He'll never admit it, but I wish he would.
Well, you never know what was going on behind the scenes unless he comes forward and tells you.
I know some of it. He wasn't happy with Foley, the AD.
And that's what it was?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Carl Franks was telling me a bunch of stuff was going on. Carl's the assistant head coach, offensive coordinator. He left and went to Duke as a head coach. But he was telling some things about what was going on there. And, he told him to calm down about some of the things he was saying about Florida State and Coach Bowden. And Spurrier didn't think he was supporting him like he should have. All Spurrier was doing was taking it up for his players and his program.
Yep.
Yeah.
And some people didn't like some of the things he said, but he was he's a very honest guy.
What do y'all think about, this will be the last year, well, for a couple of years, that the Florida-Georgia game's in Jacksonville.
It goes to Tampa,
26, it goes to Atlanta.
Yeah, then back to
27 to Tampa. I thought they just played a home and home. Go to Athens and go to Gainesville.
I don't know
they
why
do
they
money that way.
I wish they would have done that.
The only thing I say, if they would have done that, it's never played in Jacksonville again.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened with Auburn and Alabama.
Yeah.
Legion Field.
They make so much money to play at a neutral site and all the tradition. And I think Kirby wants it changed, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. All right, let's take a break. We get back. We got Alabama, Auburn coming up. We mentioned Dr. Chad Mitchell every Wednesday, 7:30 right here. Skin cancer can be deadly. If you're a female, breast cancer, skin cancer, 2 things you really got to check yourself out for.
Dr. Mitchell does not do skin stuff. That would be Dr. John Ward.
Did I say Mitchell?
Yeah.
Did I really?
He's got such an influence.
It's a Monday.
Man.
It's a Monday. Anyway, Dr. Ward, 7:30 every Wednesday right here. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly.
You doing skin now? Or?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
He's doing breast cancer, skin cancer.
No, I'm not doing that
my
either.
bad. Anyway, Go see Dr. Ward. Doesn't look right, feel right. The guy is incredible. Listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, you looking for a roof? Only one place to go. Go see Kyle Vandergriff. The guy does an incredible job. TK Vandy and Roofing, general contracting. They design it, they build. Commercial, residential. But Kyle does such a wonderful job. If you're looking for a roof, go Vandy Roofing, number one. Not even close. Listen to him every Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back. Alabama up next. Be right back.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and mostly sunshine, and a high of 86 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour out of the southwest. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 80. Tomorrow, a variety of mostly sunshine and possible thunderstorms and a high around 87. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
This is Patrick with Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control. Mole cricket season is here. Before these insects can do damage or even destroy your lawn, call Turf Pro Lawn and Pest Control. We will come out to your property to quickly and effectively stop lawn-destroying mole crickets so you don't have to make costly repairs. Look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC or call Turf Pro at 850-890-5820. 850-890-5820. Call the blue and yellow trucks. We'll make your lawn green.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide, roll. Alabama Update is brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. They are number one at what they do. Anytime, day or night, they're there for you throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Locals taking care of locals. They do a great job. Love Jason, that crew down there. All right, Alabama. What do we have on the Crimson Tide? I tell you what, Chad. Their recruiting is knocking out of the ballpark right now. You kept up with it?
I didn't watch it, didn't look at it for about a week, and then come back and look, and man, it has totally changed.
Amazing.
Yeah,
makes me feel better.
For a week, so.
Yeah, it makes me feel a lot better about it. It's like Saban's back up there coaching and recruiting. DeBoer's doing a great job, him and the staff. Alabama's the most five-star recruits in the 2026 class. They have jumped up the boards. A month ago was not looking very good. Very strong for Bama.
Way down there.
Yeah, so great job. 4 5-stars so far. I like Edwards, the safety. 5-star safety commits to Alabama. Alabama has 19 commitments total in the 2026 class. Third best in the country. 24/7 Sports. Now, you got ESPN, 24/7 Sports. You got all these different ones. But this article comes from 24/7. Number one in the nation right now is USC. Number 2 is Georgia, and number 3, the Alabama Crimson Tide. DeBoer wants to build something special at Alabama. Well, doing what he did last year is not building something special. He was 9-4 in 2024. That's to get you fired at Alabama. And most schools, people will be happy with that, but not Alabama. Go back and see what he did at Washington. He was 25-3. Fresno State, first 2 years, wasn't that great. 12-6. He got it rolling. After that, he went 34-7. Overall record at Fresno State, 46-13. Again, the first 2 years were nothing to write home about.
And that's Fresno State. You're playing these big big teams. And
he built that program up. He did a nice job. Did a really good job with Washington. Now, the difference with Alabama, he was left with a loaded roster. And it's just the adjustment from year one to year two. I'm hearing really good things about what's going on right now.
Do you think it's some of that roster type stuff that he didn't have players that he wanted? Nick
I think he had players that anybody would want. I think the players were there. A lot of them even said it. We were there. We signed to play for Coach Saban. They came up and changed the defense up. They went from that 4-2-5. They were in a 3-4 defense they used to base out of. The offense changed. The entire recruiting staff was gutted. They kept a couple coaches. So it was just getting used to one another. Anytime you make a change, things, some people like it, some people don't. Some people buy into it, some don't.
Right.
The lack of discipline was the major issue, I think, from what Saban ran a ship to the way DeBoer is more of a player's coach. Saban's more hands-on, everything, disciplinary. But things have changed. I don't know if you can get away with doing some of the things Nick did in the past as far as coaching, and that's the reason he's not coaching anymore. He said he didn't even recognize the game anymore.
One of the things I saw this weekend, talking about the Alabama recruiting, that he has changed, DeBoer, from this current year from last year, is the way he's promoting the university and what the A means. Not just coming to play for Alabama, but once you have come to play for Alabama, what it means after. And that's one of the things he's been really promoting. I saw a big article or clip on it this weekend where he's promoting 5 years, 10 years after you've played, what that A means and what doors will open for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The pipeline to the NFL, they still have that message going also. Alabama also got another big 5-star. I really like this Morgan kid from Alexander City, Alabama. He was the #1 player. Remember, for the last couple of years, Auburn dominated the state of Alabama?
Oh, yeah.
Alabama would get 2 players out of the top 10. The others were either going to Ohio State. Now, actually, they get any one year. One went to Ohio State, one went to Oregon, the other 8 went to Auburn. That has changed. That's a good thing for your Alabama fan. A good thing if you're DeBoer. 6'4", 210 wide receiver. He is a stud. He is a great player. There's no doubt about that. He's the #1 player in the country. He's the #2 receiver. He's the #1 player from the state of Alabama. He's the #2 receiver in the country and the 11th best player in the United States. 6'4", 210 pounds, can run like a deer. Big pickup for Alabama. Now, this is another thing that's make me think maybe I'm wrong, maybe good things are going to happen. I just don't know what Bama's going to be like from year 1 to year 2. It should be a lot better. Coaching and been through that. Every time year 1 going into a new job has been very difficult. The second year is always a lot better. Now, what makes me feel more better about Bama, or more positive about Bama, NFL scouts. In this one particular order, NFL scouts are high on Alabama draft prospects. Alabama's roster, it has close to a dozen NFL prospects. The deepest candidates at Alabama in over a decade. That's incredible. Now, that's saying something right there. More than they've had in 10 years, that's saying something. Multiple NFL scouts have told CBS Sports that Alabama has a loaded roster of NFL talent. There's no doubt about that. One of them had them ranked about 9th, the best in the country. Others said they're better than that. Well, who knows? We'll find out. Maybe 12 people will be drafted. Alabama only once has had more than 10 players. Listen to that, Chad. Only once has Alabama had more than 10 players drafted in a single draft. That's pretty incredible if they have 12 this year. And if you have all these ball players that can play on Sunday, you better be winning championships on Saturday.
Exactly.
So we shall see how it plays Alabama. This could be a big season for Alabama. The big question mark Alabama football, the quarterback position. Who's it going to be? You got the Parade All-American Russell, that's a stud, true freshman. Yeah, let's wait and see on that. Simpson, how well does he play? We'll see. Now, Alabama's offensive lineman, the #1 NFL prospect, Proctor, they say definitely will go in the first round. He is a freak of a nature, 6'6". I forgot, was he 360 now, whatever it is? He's a stud left tackle. They think he'll go. Jackson's going to go corner. Roberts is going to go. Overton. Lawson, Horton. That kid came from Miami. He's 6'1", 210. They say he'll be a first-round draft pick too. So you're hearing good things. Let's see how it plays out.
The scary part about that is they have 2 or 3 other players that aren't eligible. That if they were eligible this year, would be first-round draft picks.
Yeah, there's no doubt. They got players. Saban
Was it
left
Ryan
a
Williams,
lot
the
of
wide
players.
receiver?
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be a sophomore. He would go first round easy.
But, I still go back to last year, the lack of discipline when you see kids doing things you had never seen happen in Alabama, and then the next week they play. That is a concern for me after being a former coach. But everything I hear about the kids have bought into his system. They bought into the new coaching staff now. The ones that stayed are really on the same page. I'm hearing good things, so let's see how it plays out. The schedule sets up fairly nice. Now, you got to go to Georgia. That's going to be difficult. If Auburn's ranked, we go to Auburn. They will not beat Auburn if Auburn's ranked. It's never happened, probably never will. It's just hard to beat Auburn at Auburn when they're ranked and when you're Alabama. LSU at home, I think, is probably the biggest home. Them and Tennessee are two huge games also. Oklahoma's in Tuscaloosa. So let's see how everything works. I'm not going to get too excited yet. Now, this is gone by USA Today, I want to say, did this. The best players at each position group in the 2026. I think they meant 2025, to be honest with you. At quarterback, they gave it the edge to Clemson. I'm not buying into that. Receivers, I am buying into that. The best receiver group in the country is Ohio State. Alabama's not far behind. Running backs, they gave it to Notre Dame. Tight ends, Vandy. Offensive line, the number one running offensive line unit in the country, top to bottom, they give it to Alabama. It should be. They got four back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they should be. They're
you don't
big.
do anything without a great offensive line.
They can protect them. You open up holes. Big, strong, physical players, they should be. Edge position, they give it to Clemson. Man, if you listen to what they're giving to Clemson, you would think Clemson back.
So they're
going to compete for a championship.
I saw an article recently about Clemson.
They just seem to be loaded.
They're just quietly doing their thing.
They were loaded with talent last year. It was just all
young.
Freshman and sophomore.
They gave the edge position to Clemson. They gave the defensive tackles to Clemson.
Yeah.
Linebackers, it goes to Texas. Alabama's got some good linebackers also if they stay healthy. Cornerbacks went to Tennessee. Safeties, there's no doubt.
So you mean to tell me they put Clemson over Texas on the quarterback position?
Yeah. Yeah, their quarterback is back. Texas has a new
I know
one.
he's good, but...
I'm not buying into this Manning stuff until I see it happen. If he was that good, why didn't he start?
He can run.
Why didn't he start?
So you stole that from Spurrier because he said that last week.
I think he's right. I was saying that before Spurrier.
Why didn't he play? He goes, why didn't he start? Why didn't he play more?
If you're a coach, you know certain things. You're going to play the best quarterback on the roster. That's the most important position. You don't care who he is, what his name is, what year he's there. If he's the best player, he's going to play.
Yeah.
And he wasn't playing.
And it is Sarkisian.
Yeah.
He's making the decisions.
The quarterback guru. So anyway, but I'm going to go back to this national championship thing. You know what? Clemson's schedule is going to be a lot easier than the SEC, the Big Ten. Clemson has a shot to do something now. They're going to be pretty good. Dabo
They should
could
be
coach.
healthy come the playoffs.
Yeah, he can coach now. He's the real deal. Quarterbacks, they got the best quarterback room, they say. They got the best edge and best defensive line. That's you're pretty good on defense. You got a great quarterback. You should be pretty good. We shall see. They open up with who? Week 1. This week 1 is crazy this year.
Alabama opens up with Florida State.
No, who does Clemson open up with week 1?
LSU. Oh, wow.
That's what I'm saying. LSU.
Man.
You're going to get to see right off the bat.
Just 3 games right here. Just 3 of them. Ohio State, Texas, 1 versus 2.
Oh, that's going to be awesome, too.
Florida State, Alabama, 2:30. And then the night game, LSU, Clemson. And then you not even mention Oklahoma and Michigan. There's some great football games going to be played.
I'll predict that out of those 3 games, 2 of those games, the winners will play for the national championship.
I think you're right.
And I have my idea now, but
you might have the same 2 playing each other at the end of the year. You remember we talked about when Oregon played Ohio State earlier? I said they're going to play each other again, and they did. I thought it might be the national champ, but it was in the playoffs. It was the first, second round? I think it was the second round. They beat Tennessee, then Ohio State destroyed Oregon the second time. All right, Alabama Updates has been brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. I tell you, I went with that guy. He's the most honest, hardworking guy I know. I told him, I said, I don't care what it costs. I want the biggest unit you can put in here. I want the wind to knock you down when you turn it on. This thing is terrible when I had. He said, Coach, it's about 30 years old, the one you got. I mean, really, it was. Stevenson Air Conditioning saved me a bundle of money. They did incredible work. They'll tell you things you can do around your house to make it warmer in the winter, cooler in the summer. If you're having problems, your power bill's going through the roof, the house not closing, not cooling off, call Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason and his crew will come out. They'll do a great job. They are number one. Beef O'Brae's Lynnhaven. I'll talk more about them in a minute. If you're looking to get that special person some jewelry, David Adams. You want some, they got a selection like no other. Russ and Amber do an incredible job down there. Go check it out over in Lynnhaven. They are number one and not even close. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
Can the Atlanta Braves make another second half run? Can history be duplicated?
Is this happening? It is! The Atlanta Braves are world champions!
This is why we play the game.
Grissom on the run! Yes! Yes!
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and mostly sunshine, and a high of 86 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour out of the southwest. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 80. Tomorrow, a variety of mostly sunshine and possible thunderstorms and a high around 87. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
CBC Construction is looking for a few good men. At CBC Construction, our greatest strength lies within our talented team. Join us and be a part of a dynamic company that values its people. We offer a tremendous opportunity to create a future for your family and the Florida Panhandle. CBC Construction is now hiring. Call us at 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com to learn more. CBC Construction. Be part of a winning team.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Do you know who I am?
If he was the last person on Earth,
Kind of a big deal.
mankind would still have a chance.
We may have to repopulate the Earth.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm very important.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle, hey, Martha Kitty, James Jenner. There's so many Auburn Tigers in the Panhandle, Florida. It's crazy. And they love those Tigers. It's time, baby. It's time. Basketball is unbelievable. Baseball, outstanding. It's time for football to be back. And I do think they're going to be pretty good. I really do. A lot of talk about Hugh Freeze' golf game. People upset about that. Our Auburn Update is brought to you by Beef O'Brae's in Lynnhaven. Pat Perno is the city commissioner over there, does an incredible job for the city. His restaurant is second to none. And I really think it's the customer service. The people he hires are outstanding people. They treat you like family. It's like they know your name when you walk in there. And the food, I've never had a bad meal. Everything's good. I remember back in the day, Pat, we would have TV shows over there for high school football here in Bay County, and he always treated us really well. Get out to People Over Rays, have a great time. Tell Pat that Coach sent you. Love you, Pat. All right, Gus Malzahn playing a lot of golf, Chad. Kind of like you, loves that golf game.
Gus Malzahn
plays that golf.
Well, if he's playing golf like me, that means he's not playing golf.
And your buddy, Lane Kiffin,
trolls him,
trolls him, sends out a thing on Facebook, wherever it's on, of a picture of them winning a golf tournament, had Hugh Freeze picture in there, just to stir the pot, because people at Auburn are upset because the recruiting's not going like it has the last couple of years. People decommitting, and people on these chat services are going nuts like, hey, He needs to be quit playing golf and get his tail recruiting and keep our players committed to Auburn. So that's kind of I don't know if that's a nice thing to do to a coach and people upset like that. So Lane Kiffin will do anything.
What are friends for?
Yeah, Lane will do anything. Unbelievable.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Philip Steele. I like him. I think he knows what he's talking about. His little magazine, whatever you want to call it, he released his preseason rankings. And only 3 SEC teams we know last year made the playoffs. We thought 2024, you had all these teams ranked from the SEC. We thought we'd get 4, maybe 5 teams in the playoffs. We only got 3. Big Ten had more, and they did a lot better than we did. They won the national championship 2 years in a row. But here's what he has. Here's his rankings of the SEC teams. Now, not nationally, but the SEC teams, okay? Top to bottom in the SEC. At number 1, with Texas Longhorns. He has Texas winning the SEC. Last year, they were 13-3. They were 7-1 in the SEC. And yes, you're right. They're loaded across the board. The best money can buy.
Got a lot of Ferraris and Lamborghinis.
Go drive around, have a good time with your girlfriend. And yeah, your quarterback, the Heisman Trophy winner, ask Chad Mitchell. He's in love with him. Manning's right there. At number 2, who does he have at number 2?
A quarterback?
No. In the SEC rankings, who is it?
Number 2, Georgia.
I thought it'd be Georgia. He's got Alabama.
Yeah.
He's got Alabama.
Interesting.
Remember, DeBoer's first year, not impressive. 9-4, 5-3 in the SEC. Year 2's always better. 8 back on defense. He's got the Crimson Tide at number 2. This guy knows what he's. I like this guy. I trust what he says probably more than any of them. Number 3, Georgia. 11-3 last year, 6-2 in the SEC, defending SEC champs. They have Alabama at home. They have Texas at home. If you got season tickets, you're doing pretty good there. LSU is at number 4. Quarterback is outstanding. LSU's going to be good. The roster's loaded. At number 5, with Lagway, the Florida Gators. At number 6.
Interesting.
At number 6, Tennessee.
Yeah,
at number 6. At number 7, Ole Miss Rebels. Now,
why an Ole Miss ahead of Tennessee?
Well, let me go back to Tennessee. Who's the
Ole
quarterback?
Miss lost their quarterback.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
thank you, Patrick.
Tennessee lost their quarterback.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is number 7.
Hey, but Tennessee has one of the best secondaries in the country.
And they got a great quarterback. That Simmons can play. They got a quarterback. I like him. I think they're pretty good. Let's take this phone call. Good morning, sir.
Hello.
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 Who is this?
Moon and Manly.
Moon and Manly.
You're breaking up. We can't hear you.
You're mooning Manly.
Hey, hang up. I can't hear him. Who is this? Y'all ruined the Auburn update.
I know.
I didn't think Glenn would stand. What are y'all doing, John? Who won the golf game?
We tied.
Did y'all kiss each other?
No. We leave that up to you.
All right, listen. I want you guys to listen to me. This is Philip Steele's preseason, and I want your opinion on this. Ranking the SEC. Go ahead.
Texas 0-2 against Georgia. Enough said.
All right, okay. Number 7's Ole Miss now. Number 8, they got Texas A&M. They got talent. They got I love their coach. Elko can coach. Number 9's Oklahoma. Oklahoma. That guy's on the hot seat. They better win. They were 6-7 last year. At number 10, they got South Carolina. Their Sellers is back. He's good. They got a good defense. The edge kid can play. But here's the problem. Philip Steele knows what he's talking about. He's got Auburn at 11th. Hugh Freeze's winning percentage at Auburn's 44%. They were 6-5, 2 losing season. He got Arnold transferred in from Oklahoma. If Auburn finishes 11th best in the SEC, I think that there will be a new coach at Auburn. I really do. I want your opinion on it. Both you guys know the SEC. Glenn, you really know the Auburn people. If he has another bad year, if they're the 11th best team in the SEC,
he's fired.
If Oklahoma's better than you are, I think he's gone.
Go ahead. I know. Yeah, but I don't know why you're taking a guy from Oklahoma. He's leaving for a reason. So what could the underlying reason be? So,
yeah.
And also, I can't. You gotta. You're going to tell me Vandy's last? I think Vandy's even better than South Carolina.
Well, they got Missouri 12th. They got Arkansas 13th. You got Vandy 14th. No, last is 15th is Kentucky, and last is Mississippi State.
Wow. The one that ought to be on the hot seat is Stoops.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, there's no doubt. But Comrade, they're pretty patient at Kentucky.
I know, but my goodness, $9 million.
Yeah,
they're not being very patient. They're not. I've got friends that are Kentucky fans, and they want Stoops out of there.
Really?
Well, yeah, same reason. $9 million a year to not even go to a bowl game.
But that's one of the schools you win 8 games and you're a hero.
Well, he didn't win 8 last year.
Yeah, you're right.
And he
All right,
lost to the
focus on Auburn. Hugh Freeze. This is the question. If you're the 11th ranked team in the SEC, is he going to keep his job?
No.
No, he won't keep his job, but they're going to be better than that.
I'm with you. I think so, too.
I think they might be a sleeper team that they could be in the top 4 or 5.
Patrick, what are you hearing?
Well, I like going back to stats. Auburn has 3 wins versus ranked teams in the last 5 years. Vanderbilt has more.
Yeah, and Vandy beat you. Yeah, Vandy beat Auburn.
Yeah. Let's go Doors. Let's go Doors.
Hey, you know what now, Comrade, you know what they're blaming Hugh
Anchor
Freeze
down.
on? Is the same thing you and Glenn are doing right now, out playing golf all the time instead of worrying about coaching. 10 days out of 20 in the month of June, he was out playing golf. And you go to social media, they're blasting him. But the problem is, you know what? I guarantee all these other coaches, they're doing the exact same thing. They're out playing golf right now, too.
No, they're not.
Not Kirby.
No, they're not. No. They take their 2 weeks off the 1st of July at Georgia anyway, Kirby, and they get 2 weeks off, and that's it. You know.
Yeah.
Once that dead period hits, then they go play golf. You know, look what Georgia's got in the last week and a half in recruiting.
Woo! It's like Alabama, knocking out of the ballpark.
It's just,
And Auburn's recruiting is not very good right now.
Well, it is. He's recruiting for the golf team.
Hey, they're good.
And they're pretty good in golf.
Well, I think, Glenn made a good point. You bring in Arnold, what do you do? He really didn't have a great they'll say it is a disappointing season he had at Oklahoma. He had 1,420 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, and that team was not very good for Oklahoma. The bright spot for Oklahoma last year was beating Alabama at home, and the rest of the year wasn't very good.
In Alabama, that was the worst game I've ever seen them play in 30 years.
Yes.
All right. In this particular article, they had this. They mentioned this. And I want to get you guys' opinion on this. All of you. Chad, you too. We know what Chad's favorite team did at Central Florida. They brought back the GOAT. They brought back somebody that they wanted to come back. Scott Frost came back to Central Florida. The question is, he's already got a house at Lake Martin. They can afford him. Would they ever bring Gus back home? Hey, he won. He won. Laugh all you want. He won at Auburn. He won big at Auburn. More success against Saban than anybody else.
I think Gus is going to be. Yeah, Gus is going to be very happy in Tallahassee.
I think so,
He can be
too.
the offensive coordinator. They're going to be winning. He's got only thing he's got to worry about is that offense and not all the other bull crap. I think he will stay there the rest of his career.
I think you're exactly right.
Glenn, what do you take? What's your take on that? Would they ever admit they were wrong and bring him back?
No. Did they take Doug Barfield back? No. So,
Yeah, but that's a big difference there.
I don't think they'll take it back. I really don't. Because I think Pat said, somebody said he won early. He is the only one that beat Alabama a lot.
Yeah.
But
He recruited at a high level. He did a great. You know what? Hey, you're an Auburn guy. You had 4 losing seasons. Would you? You think you made a mistake?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
It depends on what the Yellowwood guy says. But here's the thing: I was there when he didn't kick the field goal against Tennessee. It was right after the hurricane, and I was in there getting supplies, and all my peanut farmers and friends that have condos down there were coming in writing checks, putting them on the table, going, "Here's mine to get it started. Here's mine to get it started." They were trying to get rid of them that Saturday. So,
Well, guys, listen, we got to take a break. Thank you all for calling. Glenn, I will see you Wednesday. Hey, roll tide.
You might not. I'm going to talk him into playing golf.
No, he knows his commitment. He's committed. All right, guys, thanks for calling, man. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We got so many. I appreciate all of them. El Rodeo, Tequila Bar and Grill, right across the street from Navy Base. David's up in Ewing on Front Beach Road, 10908 Front Beach Road. Please park in the back. The best happy hour in Bay County, heck, in the Panhandle of Florida. Buy one, get one free. We're talking about draft beer, house wine, margarita, the best Mexican food, the place to have a birthday party. Huge facility, El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, coldest beer, J. Michael's. The special day is red beans and rice. I love seeing Patrick and his beautiful wife there. Show up Wednesday, you can buy my spaghetti. The legendary J. Michael's. Max Fizz Sports Nutrition. You want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make it happen for you. Pier Park and 23rd Street. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Atlanta Braves are back.
Here comes the throw. It's late. Braves win.
And ESPN Northwest Florida is your exclusive radio home for Braves country.
He just wrecked that thing. Straight away center, a homer for Riley.
Sales, Strider, Acuna, Ozzie, Riley, Profar, and Coach Snitker lead a stellar lineup. Listen live nights and weekends on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hewitt Tire and Auto. Call 850-769-7323. Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com. On Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
Looking for an unbeatable deal on a pre-owned ride? Head straight to Tommy Autos, 2209 West 15th Street. An amazing selection of quality used vehicles under $14,995. Our friendly sales team is geared up to help you discover the perfect match for your needs and your wallet. Plus, we guarantee a hassle-free experience. Buy here, pay here. Financing options are available, and everyone is approved. You'll find incredible value and service that shines. You gotta come to Tommy Autos, 2209 West 15th Street.
Is your restaurant looking a little tired from the long off season? Is your office a little offish? Start the new year off right by giving them a fresh start. Fresh Start Cleaning is now accepting new clients. Ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services. Fresh Start Cleaning. Get clean again with Fresh Start. Call 850-771-6917, 771-6917, and ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services.
And here we go. The #1 SEC call-in show is now twice as big. The Paul Feinbaum Show. Weekday evening 6 to 10. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We got the legendary Chad Mitchell here. Chad, what's the best way to get up to you? You've been 26 years on Bay County sidelines. You take care of anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere. What's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com or robotmd.com.
Patrick, you want that yard to look beautiful? Mine looks like a golf course thanks to you. Give Patrick a call. They'll come up with a game plan. They'll come out, they'll execute it. Your yard will look absolutely gorgeous. What's the best way to get up with you? Turf Pro Pest Control.
You can call us on a local number at 850-890-5820. If I just said that too fast, go to your Facebook page, look us up on Turf Pro PC. You can message us there, and the phone number's there. And if you call, I'm the one that's going to call you back.
There you go. Locals taking care of locals throughout the Panhandle of Florida, right here. Also, you got a fundraiser coming up, that FSU-Alabama football game.
Yes, we're raffling off 2 tickets to the FSU Alabama game on August 30th, the 2:30 kick. It's $25 a ticket. You can go to our website at turfpropc.com. In the upper right-hand corner, you click on the football, and you can put all your information in there. It's electronic. We're going to announce the winners on, I believe it's August 18th, here live on the radio.
There are some fans that are really upset with the FSU athletic department. I know one that's she's had tickets for years, and I believe it's going to be the last year. They kept it one more year, and they're really, she says she's about done with it. I'm not going to mention her name. They've upped the prices like everybody has. Everybody's trying to make the money to keep everything rolling in the right direction. You've heard other people too comment about what's going on over there.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it. I understand what they're saying because some of the price increases have been dramatic. But what I think's happened is Florida State had a lower ticket price than most colleges around, and when you start comparing Florida State's ticket prices and boosters to Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Florida, and I'm just talking about schools within LSU, right. They were at the bottom. So some of the prices are now still lower, and I know for a fact they're lower than Auburn's, and they're lower than Alabama's. And I don't know about Florida's, but it's coming into the modern area is what I'm saying. And yes, you're going to lose some season ticket holders, but eventually, if you win, they're coming. Build it, win, they'll come.
Well, and they have not been winning, and people have been loyal to them. I know some people feel like, hey, I've been giving this program all these years. Now I got to pay all this money to keep the same tickets I had. If I don't pay all this big-time bucks, you're going to put me somewhere else and not even have tickets at all. Some people complain about their parking.
Yes.
Talk about the parking.
Well, so they changed everything this year. Some of the parking lots are closed because of the renovation the last couple of years. They've had a ton of new boosters actually come in at higher levels. So some of the parking spots weren't available unless you were at certain levels. But it's just the modern era of college football, what we're going to.
Yeah. Well, and they did upgrade the stadium, and that's on the west side. That's pretty nice. It's going to be beautiful when they get everything done. Everything is done right now.
They made the seats wider so I can actually fit in one.
Yeah.
They got chair backs and bottoms and cup holders.
Chad's supposed to get R4. Have you got Julie and our tickets yet? We all are going, right? I mean, I do remember the Tennessee-Alabama game that you wanted to get in. Cried when it made it
Stood me
happen.
up for lunch.
Yeah.
Hey,
right.
he bought tickets to the softball games.
Oh, good. Good job. Good job. Thanks. All right, I want to ask your opinion on this. Rising SEC powers that could earn a playoff bid in 2025. Again, we only had 3 teams to make the college playoffs last year. Alabama did not make it. LSU didn't make it. Some of the teams that have been there before. Alabama's been in the playoffs. LSU's been in the playoffs. Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, Oklahoma. Those are the only ones in the SEC that have made the playoffs. The only ones. Last year we only had 3. We had Texas, Georgia, and Tennessee. Only 3. That's embarrassing. Now, here are the 3 teams that they think that they had a chance to make the playoffs. Let's get your opinion on these. At number 1, Texas A&M. The quarterback is back, outstanding player. He is a good one. Reed's a good ball player, no doubt about that. But I love about Texas A&M, I love their head football coach. You can win at Duke like he did. You should win at Texas A&M. Elko can coach. He knows what he's doing. He can put a roster together. He can put a coaching staff together. He can game plan. He can do it all. He is the package. Texas A&M has as much or more money than any other team out there. He will win there, but is this the year that he'll get them into playoff? I really believe he will in the future. Their defense should be pretty good. They got 3 hard road games at Notre Dame, at LSU, and at Texas. It's going to be hard to win those 3 games. Does Texas A&M make it in this year and year 2? I think they will down the road. I'm not sure about next year.
I just think the top of the SEC is too much for Texas A&M this year. When you go Texas, Alabama, Georgia, and not in that particular order, those 3 are I think, your playoff teams. And then you got one spot, if you get the 4th, between Tennessee, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, LSU, and possibly Auburn, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 6 teams vying, in my opinion, for one spot if that spot's available.
Okay. Chad, is this the year A&M gets in?
Possibly. I mean, we'll just have to see how Elko does. He's a great coach, and I'm
kind of like with Patrick. I'm not sure about next year. I think he will get in. I think he's that good of a coach. They got the money. They got all the resources. I think he gets there. I'm just not sure about this year.
I mean, you never know. I mean, he's a great coach. So
right,
I think there's a lot of unknowns. I mean, we can sit here and talk about who we think is going to be what.
Well, we're getting ready to do it. We're getting ready
very
to do it.
different.
At number two, these experts say South Carolina. Sellers is back at quarterback. He was the freshman of the year. That was by the SEC coaches. They got a great edge rusher with Stewart. Beamer can coach. He's proven that. He's done a great job there. Now, the schedule could get them. The schedule could get them in South Carolina. You got LSU, you got Ole Miss, you got Alabama, Texas A&M, and they close the year with Clemson. You play in the SEC, and you're rewarded at the end of the year playing Clemson, which we all know Clemson's going to be really good next year. The South Carolina, with that difficult schedule, they do got Alabama at home. Do they get in? Is this the year South Carolina gets in? They are going to be good. They were close, really close last year.
I think with Alabama and Clemson, that's 2 losses right there with those 2 teams. And I think Clemson's the one that knocks them out of a contention.
At the end of the year?
Yeah.
And that might give them the 3rd loss.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think with Alabama.
I just think they're too inconsistent. They're just too inconsistent. I mean, sometimes they look like one of the best teams in the country, and then other times they look like one of the worst teams in the country.
Atmosphere, I would love to see them in it because place would be absolutely
it's a great atmosphere.
The difference in South Carolina and Clemson is the money going forward. They don't have the booster. They don't have the money that not many people do as Texas A&M.
Sure.
So this is the year you're going to do it. You need to do it. I think going down the road is going to get more difficult for South Carolina compared to a Texas A&M. Now, this team I think is going to I got a gut feeling this might be the team that gets it in. He's been knocking on the door. The guy has been an incredible job. And we're talking about Ole Miss. Yes, they lost a quarterback. Guy goes in the first round. Simpsons can play. Their quarterback, that kid can play against Georgia and did a good job in that ball game. Ole Miss did beat Georgia at home last year, 28-10. They're at Georgia. I think they're at Oklahoma also. LSU is at home. Ole Miss has got players. They bought in. They put all the money into it. He didn't go to Auburn. He stayed there because he got a commitment from the boosters to give money for NIL. Is this the year that the Ole Miss Rebels, because this is what the experts say, 3 teams they're moving up. These are 3 teams that could earn a playoff bid, possibly. Number 1 was Texas A&M. Number 2 was South Carolina. And number 3, Ole Miss. I would have Ole Miss at number 2, maybe even number 1. Does Ole Miss get in this year?
Lane Kiffin has had quarterbacks. Even when they leave, he reloads with another one. I think they're the team that's that 4th team.
I like that. I'm kind of with you on that. What do you think?
I'm not sure. Just with everything going on, and I mean, Lane Kiffin's definitely a offensive mastermind, but he's still, his defense I didn't think was all that great last year, even though they had great showings at times. I don't know. I just don't see Ole Miss.
Did you watch that defense against Georgia? They shut them down.
That's what I'm saying. At times it looked good, but then
who's their defensive coordinator? Where did they come
inconsistent.
From? Alabama. Nix.
Yeah. But it was so inconsistent. So you look great against Georgia, and you don't against these other teams. It's
the LSU game.
Yeah.
I think the big question that goes on this survey or this opinion: will you have a 3-loss playoff team?
If it is, it's got to be the Florida Gators. If it is,
it'll be the Florida Gators.
Florida Gators, the toughest schedule in college football. It's got to be the Gators. I would put Florida on this list. I'm crazy.
I would put Florida on that list too. I think Florida actually has a better chance than those teams.
If they stay healthy, Florida, I'm with you.
Yeah,
I think Florida's back.
Yeah, I do too.
But their schedule's so dang. It's like you. Yeah, you're going to be a lot better, but look at the losses you got. I mean, you got Texas, you got Georgia. Look at their schedule. LSU.
Yeah.
That's why
Ole Miss.
That's why I say Ole Miss, and I'm not knocking Florida. You take Ole Miss and Florida, just the schedule alone is so different. I have to give the edge to making the playoffs to Ole Miss.
Because
now, if Florida takes care of business and wins and only has 2 losses, they're automatically in.
Yeah.
If they have three, it's a coin toss.
I'm telling you now, if that committee doesn't put Florida in with a 9-3 record,
but it depends on who the 3 losses are.
I don't even care. I mean, week to week, what they get beat up playing those teams that they play, nobody plays a schedule like the Florida Gators. That's incredible. And you end the year of Florida State. Where's that game played at this year? In Gainesville or in Tallahassee?
It's in Gainesville.
In Gainesville? Okay. All right, let's take a break. We'll get back and finish up for today. Man, it's going to be pretty good today. Vandy Roofing, you want a new roof? Like I need to get one pretty soon, seriously. And I'm going to go Kyle Vandegrift. The guy does an incredible job. Listen to Kyle every Friday right here on the ESPN Northwest Florida. And Randy, great job with that commercial, by the way. Turpo Pest Control, Patrick does an incredible job. Steve's Bike Shop, Stevenson Air Conditioning. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Have you ever wanted to reach out and smack someone?
Sit your ass down and shut up.
Call or text the Afternoon Underdogs on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida with your rants, hot takes, picks, and takedowns.
This is unacceptable at the University of Alabama.
This to go 7 games. You've got to have a bad game at some point.
The Red 70s Studio Line, 850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida. Get in the game.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida. Here is your weather forecast on this Monday morning. As we head into this afternoon and evening, likely thunderstorms and mostly sunshine, and a high of 86 with a gentle breeze around 11 miles per hour out of the southwest. For tonight, mostly clear skies and a low near 80. Tomorrow, a variety of mostly sunshine and possible thunderstorms and a high around 87. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
This is Patrick with Turf Pro Pest Control. Do you want a great-looking lawn? Call Turf Pro. We will come out to your property and make a customized plan for your lawn. Then we will do the most important part, execute that plan. Turf Pro is a locally owned and operated company. We take pride in making your lawn beautiful. Call Turf Pro. You will love your lawn. The blue and yellow trucks make your lawn green. Find us on Facebook at Turf Pro PC.
Hello, Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Tracy, I need your help.
Of course I'll help, Santa.
What can you do to help take the stress out of the holidays?
You heard it, folks. Santa called, and we won't let him down. All of us at Tracy's Fine Jewelry have been stocking our cases full of gold chains, bracelets, and earrings at the lowest prices. We'll save you money during our Christmas and July sale and offer 6 months free layaway. Relieve some stress and shop where Santa shops during our Christmas and July sale at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th Street.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm not prepared. I really am not prepared at all. I hope you won't judge me on one email I sent 10 years ago.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Live from the J. Michaels Studio.
Not after spicy or food demo!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Every Monday, the legendary Chad Mitchell, Patrick's with us, Turpo Pest Control. I don't know which one, how to end it. I do want to get this for you real quick, Chad. I don't know what the deal is. You know, he's had some issues with his feet. We're talking about the legendary Deion Sanders. Health is improving. They've been really quiet about what's wrong with him. There was a video with him walking around his Texas estate. He's not been back to Colorado. He's been spending a lot of time in Texas. He missed football camps, the youth camps they bring in the high school players, has not made those. Media days are coming up soon. Everybody's wondering if he'll make the media days. I kind of think he will. But there was a video of him walking around very slowly, like something's wrong. When you cut off your toes, yeah, you're going to walk differently, no doubt about that. But he was walking around with the rapper Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is a big fan of Deion, and Deion's a big fan of his. They're buddies. Again, missed a lot of youth football back in Colorado. He didn't even go to Travis Hunter's wedding. He's lost 14 pounds. He's lost 14 pounds. And again, the only thing I can think about it is that problem he was having where they cut off the toes and all that kind of stuff. He had blood clot issues. That's all I've heard. Have you guys heard anything else? What's going on with Dion? Have you have any information?
I have no information.
What throws me here, to lose 14 pounds, that's what concerns me. If you can't walk around, you usually gain weight. Unless he's on some kind of weird diet or something like that.
Don't you think it would be a lot easier for him to get around missing a digit with less weight? Maybe that's part of the plan.
I don't know.
Hey, if he's in Texas during the summer and not in Colorado during the summer, that could be 14 pounds of sweat.
It's been hot here. I just gained 5 pounds in a week. That week we were off. So I don't know.
Well, you didn't go outside.
He didn't either. Well, Chad, really, you lose 14 pounds like that?
Yeah, who knows what's going on? And, this is kind of confusing anyway when I read it. I mean,
yeah, it is.
One,
it's weird.
I'm not hearing directly from medical professionals.
Right.
You're getting what the media puts out there. And they're talking about arterial blood clots, that kind of thing. And apparently there's some family of this. I mean, my question is this peripheral vascular disease? And there's
why is the secrecy? Why is everything so quiet? It makes you think it's worse than it could be.
Your business.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, Randy. That's a good way to say it. It ain't. It's none of your business.
If you're a public figure, it is.
No, it isn't.
No, it is. It is. If my son, do I want my son to go play, sign a scholarship to go play for this guy, and he's not going to be there?
What if he's in a wheelchair? He might be in a wheelchair.
I'm looking at it. If you're a big booster at Colorado, and he's your head coach, wouldn't you kind of want to get some information as to what's going on?
I would.
Yeah.
Because you got to.
And I'm sure they probably know. They probably are hearing, and they're just being quiet.
I don't know. If they knew, I think it'd be out there. People can't keep their mouth shut. They can't. I mean, they've done a great job keeping it quiet.
Those kind of people do radio shows.
My wife has said that to me forever.
Yeah.
I mean, why are you trying to get all up in Dion's business?
Dion, call me, man. I haven't talked to you since 1990, whatever it was.
No, hold on. I may have an answer for this, of why he didn't go back to Colorado so much. So at the beginning of the summer, he did take delivery of a brand new bass boat. I want to say it's a Bass Cat that is in Dion, Colorado colors, and it is a Mac Daddy type thing. So, and Lil Wayne is a fisherman also. Dion's a huge fisherman. So they may be out there on a lake somewhere in Texas catching them big old largemouths that he fishes for and just losing weight.
Wait, instead of recruiting?
He's already got all the money. I mean,
he doesn't need the money. He made $10 million a year now, $9 or $10 million a year. My question, will he be coaching in 2025 when the season kicks off?
No.
Yes.
You say yes?
Oh, you mean coaching
this year?
Yeah. He'll be coaching.
You say yes?
Yes.
Chad, will he be on the sidelines? His boy's gone.
I think he's going to be on the sidelines.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, 26, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he'll be there too. We'll find out more Big 12 Media Days. They'll be drilling questions and wanting to know everything that's going on. All right, the last thing I have enough time to do it. This is ridiculous. Is the top 6 best college football stadium fight songs. The number 1, if you love Tennessee, I get it. I do like it.
Nah.
Rocky Top is at number 1.
No.
All right, number 2, I don't like this one at all. Take Me Home, West Virginia. That's number 2.
Both of those are, I don't consider fight songs. They're songs.
Yeah. Stadium. Right. They're stadium songs. Number 3, Florida, I Won't Back Down. I'd have that up higher at number 3. Number 4, I think this is a shot at Alabama. I think they did this I think the guy that wrote the article hates Alabama. Dixieland Delight is what they play at Alabama, but they put Tennessee. Virginia Tech, Sandman.
Virginia Tech, if you ever watch it, that's got to be the best.
It's pretty good. It's pretty. What about Wisconsin at number 6, the jump around?
No. I don't like that.
You don't like it?
As a fight song?
It's not.
Did you say
if y'all would listen, if you would listen,
You said fight song.
I said stadium song traditions.
Oh, okay. Stadium song
He said
traditions.
I did say
I thought
that.
he said fight
I
song.
said that, then I said the rest of it, okay?
Kyle, I was about to say.
Let me say if the hearing impaired one more time.
No. He set me up for fight songs, and then I'm listening to this and going,
Stadium songs, traditions.
okay, the jump around's okay. Jump around's okay then for a stadium song.
Well, what about these that didn't make it? Calling out Baton Rouge and LSU, they don't make the top 6. Auburn, the Eye of the Tiger, doesn't make the top 6. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Alabama, Dixieland Delight, Sweet Home Alabama. He had 2 to choose from. They don't make it.
Yeah.
This is real football teams. LSU, Auburn, Alabama. That's the real teams, not West Virginia, not Virginia Tech, and not Wisconsin.
They're trying to give them some love.
Well, I look at it, they're all great traditional songs played, but if you're trying to hype the crowd, Virginia Tech is got to be the top of that list because it is a hype song. I'm not a fan of the song, but you watch the crowd in the stadium.
It's a nice song.
And it is.
Chad, will you sing a little bit of it to everybody know what we're talking about? Take Me Home.
That's West Virginia.
Country rock,
that's West Virginia. I'm talking about Virginia Tech.
Oh, Virginia Tech.
Sandman,
yeah, that's pretty.
That's actually pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, I could leave that in the top 6, I guess. But you don't think Auburn, Eye of the Tigers, when they do that, that's not cool?
I love that. I think it's awesome.
I think it's great.
And we're talking real football teams, too, not West Virginia. Good Lord. What about Rocky Top #1 overall?
Oh, God, they go crazy in that state.
Yeah, and you got to admit it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Good old
Rocky Top.
Woo! It's irritating when they've just scored and you're behind.
I like it.
I like it.
Would you have it #1?
As far as a hype song, that's more of a fight song.
Yeah.
And there's a difference, in my opinion, between
Yes.
a fight and a hype.
Yeah.
A fight and a hype, okay. Well, the fight song, what's that? That's the, Yay, Alabama.
Right,
Yeah.
and that is Tennessee's fight song.
Yeah. And the rest of, well, they have it here as a stadium song tradition. It is a tradition there. But how can you leave out Sweet Home Alabama? Seriously.
That's a great one, too.
Yeah. I don't know how you can leave that out.
Calling out Baton Rouge, man, they go nuts.
Maybe they had been to Tuscaloosa and experienced it. You know,
Well, that just tells you they don't know anything about college athletics.
You know what you should have done? You should have gone to YouTube and pulled up all the fight songs, all of these, and watched them and see what the experience.
Yeah,
was
pull
like.
them up.
We'll
rank
I
them.
did.
We'll play them.
I suppose I'm tired today. I stayed up all night doing that. Yeah.
So on tomorrow's show, we'll rank.
All 130 of them.
We'll do stadium.
But you
songs.
talking about what is impressive? When it wasn't even in Baton Rouge. It was in New Orleans when FSU played them. I was that game when they do that
Baton Rouge.
No, not that song, but the dun 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 dun. That place goes absolutely nuts. Those fans, they're incredible. They really are. What do you like? What's your favorite?
Favorite fight song or
Stadium
song.
Stadium stuff?
Yeah.
I mean,
does Florida State really have anything? They've got
Eastbound and Down.
The guy
Clint
on
Eastwood.
the horse and drops the spear. And
that's fun. It's not my favorite. As far as just a straight hype.
Clint Eastwood. I don't know that one.
Well, not Clint Eastwood.
Burt Reynolds?
Oh,
yeah. Okay. But, Randy, what do they do at Louisville? What do they do?
Listen,
make a pizza, turn around, take a bell of cotton.
The fans are already so hyped at Louisville. You don't really have to do anything.
There's your answer. There's your answer.
I should have never.
You asked for it. You got it.
I mean, we just go out there and start dropping bombs.
Otherwise, they don't have any songs.
A dime here, a dime there. No, I think it's Metallica, Mr. Sandman. Off to never. You know the song.
To me, it's just the way that whole stadium erupts with that. I mean, I think Texas A&M's got one of the greatest too. When they did the 12th man thing out there, and the whole stadium starts waving the towels. And
what about like intros and stuff of fans coming out? We had about 30 seconds, by the way.
All right. Well, I'm going to give these two guys a chance. Patrick, best way to get up with you?
Look us up on Facebook at Turf Pro PC. You can message us there and our local numbers there.
Chad, the legend, 26 years Bay County sidelines. No one's ever done that. What's the best way to get with the legend?
Call Orthopedic Associates, 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com.
Have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your